Welcome. I've got my coffee. Let's watch some stuff.
Amor! 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 ¡Ah! ¡Corre!
I had to watch that one a couple times. The first part was really good, perfectly edited. I thought it was fantastic. The rest of it, not as convincing as the first part, but still. Now I know you've noticed I've got a new camera angle going on here today, so I apologize if it doesn't quite work out the same, but I'm trying out some things. It's my first time. Thanks for joining me on this ride.
This is why you have to be careful who you let into your Halloween parties. So this is a photo of who police believed was a guest at a Halloween party in Rochester, New York in the 1940s. The party was being thrown by Jack and Amelia Layton, and they actually noticed that this guest was outside of the party watching the guests through a window. The report claims that Amelia believed the guest was her friend Jan, who tended to go above and beyond for Halloween, creating very scary costumes. So she let this person in believing it was her friend Jan. But then 20 minutes later, Jan shows up, and that guest could not be found anywhere. So Amelia starts running around the party asking everyone if they knew who that guest was, and no one had recognized that person. So she goes into her daughter's room, who was playing while the party was happening. And the police report states that the only thing there left of Amelia's daughter was a bloody shoe. 4 other reports of this guest being at parties that night were called into police, and all of them resulted in missing children's cases. The identity of this person has never been found, and none of the kids have been found either.
That's it. If you're wearing a mask, that thing needs to come off. I gotta see your face before you can come in.
I went missing a few days ago at Disneyland in Los Angeles, California. Hello, I'm Lee, a 4-year-old girl. It all happened on the afternoon of October 12th. I was playing with my mom in the amusement park, and when we stopped to eat, I asked for her permission to go to the restroom. Minutes later, my mom realized I was taking longer than usual. She decided to come to the restroom to find me and witnessed a terrifying scene, a man taking me through a tunnel that opened in the restroom floor. When she entered, the tunnel's door was already closing. My mother, shocked, reported the situation to the authorities, but no one believed her. The police inspected the restroom, finding no signs of secret doors or tunnels. The Disney park managers provided surveillance footage to the police, portraying my mother as if she were acting insane, leading many to believe she is mentally ill. Regarding my case, both the park and authorities refrained from commenting on my disappearance. However, it is widely known that Disney parks have secret tunnels and passages used daily by employees, and over 30 Disney employees have been accused and jailed in history.
Okay, that video alone is very obviously a deep fake. I remember hearing something about this story. I don't remember if I heard it. I couldn't have heard it on the news. I must have seen it on YouTube or something like that, but I'm pretty sure it's fake. Pretty sure those are unsubstantiated claims. Hold please. All right, so I can confirm it's fake. It's not a real story. It didn't actually happen. There's no evidence of any child gone missing in that time frame. Although that story is extremely creepy. It's pretty terrifying, so it's doing its job.
Nigel, what are you doing?
Nigel.
That was probably just like a raccoon. But that was a good dog. Just laid there and didn't go chasing after it. My dog would have chased after it. All of my dogs would have chased after it. And my luck, it would have been a skunk. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment to let you know how much I appreciate you stopping by for today's coffee talk. I hope you're having a good time. If you are, I'd hope you'd consider hitting that subscribe button or checking out a few of my other videos. Or just come back tomorrow, because I'm making a new video every single day. Let's watch some more stuff. Now, whether that video was staged or not, it was pretty terrifying. I couldn't imagine being in that situation and nobody there to help you and not sure whether or not you're gonna lose an arm. That's gotta be one of my worst fears, working with heavy machinery. I guess that's why I don't.
Back in 2008, a man started to notice some strange activities around his house. He would often come home from work to find his dogs cowering under the bed, too afraid to come out. One of his dogs would only come out from under the bed for a brief 10 seconds at most before going straight back into hiding. Something was intimidating these large dogs badly. The owner starts to hear banging noises coming from all over his house. He begins to look around. He eventually traces the noise to his attic and goes upstairs with a camera for a closer look. Everything is completely trashed. Boxes are overturned and clothing is scattered everywhere. Something has violently flung all of his personal possessions all around. As soon as he goes back downstairs, he hears another huge bang and runs right back up the steps. He puts the camera down and searches the empty attic for clues. A nearby metal bucket falls over and he runs out of the room before he gets hurt. Another object hits the ground on its own and the camera moves to the right on its own too. The homeowner was too scared to look at the footage. He waited a week before going back upstairs to get his camera. By now, he is understandably quite paranoid. He begins recording everything he does in his home, and it isn't long before he has more paranormal evidence. One day, his radio turns to static and a spirit orb rushes out the window. Later, someone violently jiggles the doorknob to the door that leads to the attic. The door opens and shuts by itself. The radio goes back to normal soon after. Things look to be going back to normal for a second, but then a paper towel roll suddenly flies up from the table to the couch, and the radio starts making more sounds again. The video recording starts to get fuzzy too, as if a ghost is causing electrical disturbances by passing by. Both of his dogs begin to look in the same spot as if they are following something. Whatever it was, the man was never able to physically catch it on film. He was only able to record its strange and oftentimes violent behaviors.
Nope, that phone would have stayed in that attic. I would have never went up there to get it. Nope, we're going to buy a new phone.
This was the scariest thing caught on camera just this past week. A couple of Kevin Walker's friends were helping him move when an unexplained phenomenon occurred. Watch closely what happens next. Of course, Kevin figured the falling object was no big deal and probably just a coincidence. Until this next part is where things get scary. Kevin and his buddy investigate the falling glass while his other friend had stepped outside to load the moving truck. There were only 3 of them inside the house, and then it happened. A ghost, a real ghost, caught on camera. Paranormal activity caught on camera. Comes down the stairs to get them. While Kevin's wife goes into labor 3 blocks away, Kevin never made it.
That one was just too funny. Kevin never made it. Oh my God, that was so bad. That was so bad, it was good. I hope you enjoyed that one.
Genuinely think this is one of the creepiest unexplained photos that I've ever seen. I really don't have a great explanation for it to like debunk it. So this was a photo that was apparently captured on a nurse's monitor of what appears to be someone standing over a hospital bed of a patient who died shortly after this was captured. But it's not as simple as someone. A lot of people have said that this appears to be some kind of a demon standing over the bed. And I've done a lot of research on it, and I just find it really difficult to buy some of the debunking theories that this is an optical illusion. I mean, I don't see that at all. That looks like something crouching over this person's bed. It's even freakier to me to think that the person who was in the bed died right after this.
That was a little difficult to make out. I couldn't quite see, it looked like it had several legs or something like that. I said it was a demon, but what do you think it was? Let me know. We'll talk about it.
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर दुई हेलमेट हम शांत कर देगा सही में दो हेलमेट लगाबो तो साला बेहोश हो जाबे तू दो हेलमेट चिल्ले ना बड़ा ए साले हां भाग ना हे अबे भाग चिकला हां
I know it said stay out of the woods, but that looked like it was on the beach. It looked like you had a little bit too much to drink on the beach.
Leave. Stop. You gotta go. Shh, 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 shh. Calm down. What are you? Stop. Charlie, come on.
Why would you open the door? Unless you knew there was nothing out there.
This woman had just gotten back from walking her dog. Her doorbell camera shows her starting to take off the dog's leash when she looks over to the right, causing her to quickly pick up her dog and get inside. Immediately, we find out why. A man comes into frame and walks right up to the front door. He tries the handle, but she managed to lock it just in time. The man then starts putting on gloves, and she also mentioned how he was carrying zip ties. He looks into the house and tries the door handle multiple more times within the next few minutes. Eventually, her neighbor comes outside. To this, the man picks up a nearby garden hose and acts like he's doing yard work. Once the neighbor left, the man walked around to the house's back door.
Camera recording.
He tried forcing the back door open, to which the homeowner locked herself in a room and called the police. In the time it took them to arrive, the man tried breaking in almost every window to the house. He broke off the screen to one of the back windows, but was ultimately unsuccessful at getting inside. By the time police arrived, he had left. There wasn't much the police could do by that point. The homeowner ended up posting the video to TikTok in the hopes that someone could identify the man. As far as I could find, no one could.
Now, videos of ghosts and demons and aliens have got nothing on videos like this. That is terrifying. That is truly scary. You gotta know your surroundings. Be totally aware of what's going on around you at all times, because you never know who's following who where. Oh my gosh, were you also waiting for like some ominous being in the background or something like that? That girl is a demon. That's messed up. How many of those guys are gonna go home and their wives or girlfriends are gonna be like, what the heck? That's wrong. That's just wrong. Well, my cup runneth empty. I guess that's the end of it. Thanks again for joining me today. Hope to see you tomorrow.